Organization's executive director for the past 40 years. Craig grew up in North Minneapolis, went to school in Minneapolis at De La Salle and then the University of Minnesota, and lives with his wife of 43 years in South Minneapolis. The primary focus of Craig's work has been connecting with urban youth around education, employment, and leadership. Please welcome Craig Ludeman.
Wow, you started out of all those numbers. That's a lot of years on the planet there. I wasn't nervous till we had to stand out there for 10 minutes. So I want to start by thanking you for that introduction, and then thanking all of you for selecting Youth Care to be a finalist for the Rotary Club of Minneapolis Innovation Partnership. The invitation to attend today's meeting asked me to cover 3 points and to use my time to excite all of you about partnering with Youth Care. So let me start by stating that Youth Care would be very excited to partner with you. We have a long history with Club 9, and we'd like to build on that partnership by working together to address what we think is a pressing community need, and that need is youth unemployment. We want you to know that we have a great respect for Rotary's commitment to community service, and that we would be very proud partners to working with you for the next 3 or longer years. So yes, I am very excited to be here today. I'm representing our very diverse Youth Care board, my coworkers, and all of the youth who are active in Youth Care programs and services. Youth Care was started in 1974 as a summer camp for low-income Minneapolis and St. Paul youth, teenagers. It was started by Xcel Energy, at that time was Northern States Power Company, and the cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul. And I would say, somewhat amazingly, a partnership that has continued for all of those 40 years. The organization grew very quickly into a year-round organization when we realized that keeping kids connected was really the best practice and a better practice, a better way for us to reach young people. All of our programs focused on reaching kids in the out of school. For those of you not familiar with the jargon, OST means reaching youth during the out of school time hours. So our connection with young people is after school when they're home, on weekends and summer. We concentrate all of our activities during those hours. Annually, Youth Care serves and reaches over 600 to 700 Minneapolis and St. Paul youth, 7 to 18 years old. They're from diverse ethnic, cultural, and racial backgrounds. Approximately 95% of the youth we reach are youth of color, and 94% of the youth we serve are qualified for free or reduced lunches. Youth Care directs 4 primary programs: Camp Sunrise, Youth Lead, the Young Ones Mentoring Program, and the Multicultural Youth Employment Program, which is the basis of our proposal to work with you as a new innovation partner. All of our programs focus on education, employment, and leadership. We conduct activities 7 days a week during the summer and 6 to 7 days a week during the school year. Youth Care has a strong work ethic, and we have a passion for what we do. We're also a growing organization. In the last 2 years, we've had significant growth in the number of the youth that we serve, as well as the number of those activities that youth can participate in. This includes our youth employment program. We have a very strong board, a very strong and diverse board and staff. We are financially stable, we follow best practices, and have a very positive and energetic reputation for our ability to reach urban young people and bring them together. Earlier this week, and I'm going to brag on myself for a second here, earlier this week we learned that Youth Care has been selected by MAP for Nonprofits and the Minnesota Council of Nonprofits to receive the 2014 Nonprofit Excellence Award at the conference in November. So that's a great thing for Youth Care. Earlier I mentioned the importance of developing long-term connections with youth. I would like you to meet Murray Singleton, who's also here today. Murray is 18 years old, lives in North Minneapolis. We had some of the same streets we lived on when I was a kid, and graduated this past June, from high school. 3 summers ago, when she was 15, Murray was hired by Youth Care as a community service star. That was a part-time job, and it was her first ever job. She had applied for other jobs, but didn't get them. This was her first paid employment, and it paved the way for her to find jobs in other summers with the YWCA and as a babysitter. Murray came back to Youth Care this summer to work full-time as an assistant crew leader, supervising a group of 12, helping to supervise a group of 12 Minneapolis teenagers. She did a fantastic job, and actually today is her last day of work because tomorrow she gets in the car and drives to St. Cloud to start her first semester at St. Cloud State. I'd like to introduce you to Marie there for a second. Thanks, Marie. In addition to providing urban youth with paying jobs, our Multicultural Youth Employment Program provides a comprehensive employment training designed to provide youth with the support, connections, and resources they need to move towards self-sufficiency. For nearly all of the youth involved, a job at Youth Care is their first job. It's the first time they are employed. And what we try to do is provide a foundation for long-term employment stability, while we teach them the critical soft skills, things like responsibility, work ethic, communication. These are youth who have been turned down many times. They've applied for jobs, have not received an interview, did not receive a call back. They're close to being hopeless or frustrated, and we're trying to build those encouraging signs by teaching them the soft skills that they can take to their next interview. Before I describe how Youth Care proposes to engage Rotary members in our volunteer activities, I want to share a hello to all of you from Nathan Dungan, who I think, as many of you know, is the president of Share Save Spend. Nathan is a good friend of Youth Care. He's our current advisory board chair. Would be here today if he wasn't in Houghton, Michigan with his family. He called me last night to say, please share with the group my support for Youth Care's proposal, and he would look forward to being a part of that and working on the Youth Care end to partner with the Rotary Club 9. So how will Youth Care engage Rotary Club members as volunteers? First, Youth Care has the ability and desire to offer Rotary members a wide variety of volunteer options. Direct service options, meaning working with kids, policy roles, not working with kids, and special event roles. We have over 40 years of experience working with volunteers and have learned that it's important to listen to volunteers, individual volunteers, to find out what that person wants to do and what they can commit. We understand that one size does not fit all. I can look around the room and I can even make some guesses about the different places we are in our lives and how that can make a difference in what type of volunteering and how much volunteering you're able to do or we're able to do at any given point. We know this, we respect that. So the goal would be to find the right match for those who have the time to be volunteers. Within our Multicultural Youth Employment Program, for example, Rotary members could host job shadows, speak on a career panel, lead a professional skills workshop such as public speaking, time management, financial literacy. Some members may be interested in establishing a one-to-one business relationship with a young person, where you could provide short-term mentoring and coaching, more in a one-to-one relationship. There are other volunteer opportunities that Youth Care has that don't involve direct service. Rotary members could serve on a Youth Care policy committee, strategy, marketing, finance, things that don't have a direct impact, they have an indirect impact on the youth we reach, or possibly on the Youth Care Board of Directors. Additionally, we need volunteers to help plan and carry out special events, fundraisers. Those kinds of activities might appeal to some members. Or individual Rotary members could use the skills you have to help Youth Care and the youth we serve in areas like marketing, finance, HR, or strategic planning. There are small group opportunities where Rotary members could come together in a small group to do some of those same kinds of activities, conduct mock interviews, or work to help kids get experience before they have to go for an interview, or help them develop business skills. And then finally, there are opportunities for family members to be involved. We have big events like a work day at Camp Sunrise, which is great for those who like to be outdoors. Getting the camp, our summer camp's about an hour north of here, getting the camp ready for, oh really? 1 minute? Ouch. Well, okay, what will we do with the funds? First and most importantly, we would hire a full-time youth employment coordinator. This is somebody we really need to take this program to the next level. That person would coordinate the youth employment and training aspects, manage the youth hiring, work with the folks here to plan the volunteer components. We'd also use your money for additional workshops and trainings that I'm going to have to skip over because I didn't allow myself enough time. But the focus would be on Minneapolis. We will target 3 neighborhoods, generally South Minneapolis, Camden on the north side, and the Little Earth community in South Minneapolis. So I'm hoping to get this in before I do conclude. It's a short story, and I think it will tell you a lot about youth care and the work that we do. When we advertise openings for part-time jobs, we're swamped with applications. Many of the youth who apply, as I mentioned, have not gotten very far in the application process. They didn't get their foot in the door. They didn't get a call back. They were left hanging. They're frustrated. They really are. There's so many young people, especially young people of color, who are just really getting hopelessly frustrated with the process. So what our position is that everyone who applies gets a face-to-face interview. If we have 120 kids apply for 24 jobs, 120 kids get a face-to-face interview at the youth care office, and they get a call back telling them how they did, if they got the job or if they didn't get the job, and how they did it during the interview. Last fall, this one kid, 14, it's a very short add-on, he walked by my office on the way to the interview, and he was carrying a trophy in his hand. He was walking just like this. Caught my eye, and when the interview was over, I asked the staff person, I said, so what was up with the trophy? And he said the kid had won this trophy in an academic contest at school, and he didn't have a resume, didn't know about a resume, but this was his proof that he was capable, that this is what he brought to the interview to demonstrate that he would be a good employee and that he would he'd do a good job. And we hired him, of course. We hired him, and then we helped him develop a resume so he could take that with the trophy the next time around. So finally, youth care really does know about being a partner. We have a lot of experience. I haven't even gone into all of the kinds of partnerships we've had, but we do know what it means. It means to us digging in. I mean, really digging in. This is something new for you. This would be something new for us. We're excited about that. I like that this isn't just about money. Money is good. It helps everything, but there's volunteer involvement. That is a critical piece, I think. And that means there's opportunities for folks to work together, get to know other people, have fun together. I would set that as one of the goals. Have activities that provide us, you and my team, our board, our volunteers and staff, to connect with you and get to know each other. And I can assure you that the Youth Care Board and my coworkers are very excited. We really respect your mission. It's not too far away from our mission, and I think it would be a good match. So I know you've got a difficult choice to make. I respect that. Good luck, and thank you so much for having me here today.